Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see a team that can get it done on the ground. The Lions lead the league in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Niners, who will need to be stout up front. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They go back to Riddick. And he's got room. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On the ground, it's Riddick. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Here's Riddick. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Here we go now. Watch you now, Barney.
They'll run it here with Logan. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and it had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
They run again with Logan. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
In motion right is Bryant. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They run with Logan. And an alley to run. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Pretty good running there. 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down, that's Logan, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out-leveraging the offense.
This one away by the punter, Dar. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now Riddick. And he is knocked down from the side. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. Pushing his way through. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play on third down for the Lions. 44 yards. Riddick with a carry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Watch right. Tighten up. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Now a play fake it at Stafford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 77 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
and again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Watch tight end. Hey, 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 hey. Set. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Fox. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary. And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way.
Hurry up, here we go. Hey, 39.
Operating from the gun. Fox. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
This interception will go on the... of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. To throw on second down is Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bernardrick McKinney coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Here's Stafford now on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marvin Jones His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Set. Detroit. Detroit.
From the gun, Fox. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And now a first down following that long gain.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. To throw on second down. Fox. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Fox, and able to find Garcon. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. This from 42 yards out, and his kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they boot it through, and now we're all square after 2 quarters of play.
And what's that great term you taught me? They're level, right? They got back to level. Now they get to go back in the locker room, regroup, and start over in the second half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Greg. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. As we look at the numbers, the only thing that really matters is that we've got a tie game. We'll have another half here to figure out who can come out on top. All right, let's roll those highlights. We go down to early in the second. Stanford's going to find his mark, and he'll be tackled at the 21-yard line. Lions settle for 3 points on the drive. Now first and 10, Logan's able to get clear of the defense, and he'll take this all the way for a touchdown. They're down just by 4. Down to late in the second.
Okay, thank you, Larry. A low-scoring affair, all even, as we ready for this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Bryant, the man in motion right. Now Marshall. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
Stafford now to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Well, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. This offense so far on third down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is third and goal. From the gun, Stafford. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Solomon Thomas in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And Forbath will put this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they don't get a touchdown here on this opening drive of the third quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You've got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of...
Marvin Jones. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions are in for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
In motion right is Bryant. They begin the drive with Johnson. Space to maneuver at the 40. Again with a juke. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 45 yards. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
2nd down following the run.
Single. I got 11. Here we go now.
Operating from the gun. Fox buying time to his left. That is caught at the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Fox. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Watch 9, watch 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Now they try the right side here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford, and he connects with Ebron. And he coughed it up. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. 7 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Lions. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eli Harold. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He's going to launch this thing. Wait, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching them. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. And now they're in the hurry-up. first down. Fox. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Akeem Spence continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfect? Now the ball comes loose, and the Lions have recovered. The defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It's caught. Jones. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Set, 280.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always...
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
This is Logan. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Alert 86. All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Gun.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long.
Let's go. Gun. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Leopard.
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. When we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. The 40. 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Throwing after the interception. Fox. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. All right, here we go. Over. Watch him now, Barney.
In motion left comes Bryant. To throw on second down. Fox. Powering his way forward. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up.
Single. Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Let's go, defense. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defense.